welcome to Should I Buy This Game, featuring Dorf Romantik, the board game. My name is Christine, and in this video I'll give you an overview of how the game is played and then share a few things I may like or dislike about the game to help you decide if you want to add Dorf Romantik, the board game, to your collection. Last month I showed you Dorf Romantik, the duel, and when I was showing the video I mentioned how I was waiting for that game because I don't really like to play cooperative games. However, I had a few people reach out to me and say, well, Dorf Romantik, the board game, actually has a really good solo campaign. And it's a campaign you can play with multiple people, but you can play it solo. And so that's what intrigued me, that maybe I'm going to get the board game and try the solo campaign. Now, if you've never seen or played Dorf Romantik before, what it is a tile placement game, and you're trying to build villages and forests, prairies. You're trying to build long rivers and trains. But you're given these tasks, and at every given time, you have 3 tasks going on. So right now, my tasks are, here I want to have 6 of the prairies connected. And on this one, I want to have 5 rivers as well as 6 rivers connected. Over here are the tasks that I have completed, this side here. And so these ones are the tasks that I have completed. And so what happens is, when you need a task, you take one of these that have the little speech bubble, and then you flip it over, and then you come over to your things, you take the top one, and this task will be 5 forests. So I'm going to just put that back because we're not doing it yet. But that's how you get tasks. So then, once you have your tasks in place, you go to your landscape tiles. It's the ones with the windmills. You flip it over, and it is a train track. Now, I have done already 4 train track tasks. So there's 2 4s, 2 5s, and 2 6s. So I know that I have a 5 and a 6 potentially that I could get during the game. So when I'm looking here at my board, I have this area here that's 1, 2, 3. And I can put one here because my next lowest can be a 5. So I could put this one here to make it a 5. This one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's ready if I get the task of a 6. This one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so for this one currently, I'm going, you get points for your longest train tracks, railroads. So I can decide, am I going to put it here? And so if I get the task of 5, I'll be ready for it. Or do I want to add it for my longest? But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here, but I'm turning it this way. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I have a forest going here. And it's currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big. The biggest would be 6. So I could put, like, if I get a forest tile, I could, a 6 task tile, I could put it here. Or I can also connect it, because these flags, if you get a tile with the flag, those points will be for how big of an enclosed area you can get. So if I get a forest flag, I can start working on this to gain those points. So even though you only have 3 tasks, I'm constantly thinking of, if I get another task, can I finish it instantly? So down here I have a river of 3, just waiting for maybe another task. Here I have a village of 3. But here I want to show you, over here is a village flag. And I am currently trying to connect all these houses. So if I can make it so that they're all within a zone and not, this would be left open because there's a house there. Whereas this forest here is a complete because there's no forest on the outside. So if I can complete this huge village, that will score me a lot of points. So even though, as I said, you only have 3 tasks going on, you're constantly getting a tile and seeing where can you put it. So once you complete a task and then get another one, you can complete that one instantly. Because your goal is you're trying to make it through as many tasks as you can because they're all worth points. And I just want to show you this river again. I have a 5 and a 6. So I currently have 1, 2, 3. If I can get this river to connect, then it would take me 5. I'd complete this task, and then with one more river, I'd be able to complete this task. So you can have 2 tasks going at the same time. Now I'm going to talk just a bit about the campaign. So what it is, you have this sheet, and on this side is your score. So in the first game I played, I received over 120 points. And so I got to move 3 spots on the campaign sheet, which let me open box number 1. And so within it, there's 5 boxes, and you open it and you may not use everything in the box at one time. You might just be looking for something specific, but there's boxes and you only open them once you reach it on your campaign sheet. So as I moved along and continued to play, I was able to open box 2, and then you get to choose which way you want to go. So I decided to go this way, and I was able to get the circus card from box number 3, and then I was able to get the deer card from box number 3. And I'm only here now in my campaign. But what that means is that there's different things. So the circus is this piece here. And what that allows is if I can cover all 6 sides of it, I will score 10 points for the circus. Now, another achievement I unlocked is the watchtower. And so now, here we have the watchtower. And when I placed it, this task was still within play. So when I completed this task, I'm able to put on the watchtower, and I will score that 2 times. So any task you complete when the piece is in place, you'll be able to score more than once or twice. And then earlier on, I got a heart, and there's more hearts to have, and I always forget to place them. But what you want to do is when you're placing a landscape tile, you might choose maybe this tile here, and you do it when you place it. I can't do it now, but I just want to show you. If I was to place it there, I would score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points because they all match the other tiles. I wouldn't score here because it goes from a field to a house to a village. So I would score 5 points. So I always forget to place the hearts, but they do score you extra points. And then some of the things you open will give you achievement cards. So once I score 30 points or more from stream tasks, then I'm allowed to turn over the card and use the achievement. I'll unlock it. So sometimes you're just getting achievement cards to work towards. You don't just get the goal right away. And that is how the campaign works. And it gives you, it's really large, and it will give you lots of plays to make your way through and getting new things to work on and add to your game as you go. So overall, I really enjoy playing Dorf Romantik, the board game, and I'm really glad that I listened to you people and I was able to get the actual game, not just the duel, because this allows me to play the game by myself. And I really like the randomness of the tasks. You don't know what's going to be pulled, be it like the type as well as the number. I really like the puzzle involved, and then just the campaign and getting more and more goals and achievements unlocked and all that. Having those challenges is what I really enjoy in a game, and which allows me to play this game over and over and over again with more and more new challenges. So if you like tile games and challenges and new achievements and all that, I think you would really enjoy this game. So now a couple of things that can be a little frustrating about the game is the tasks. So if you were to get a 4, you could complete it. Then if you got a 5, you're just adding on to one you already have. But if you're getting a 6 as your first task, you know you have to start another area because I still have to do a 4, I still have to do a 5. And so it's really hard when you get a large number first. Ideally, you want those smaller numbers first, but of course it's very random and you don't have a choice. So that's one thing that can be a little frustrating, is when you're getting your larger numbers first and then needing to build another area of the same habitat. Another thing I find is that no matter where you start the game, you're going to want to build off the table. So many times I'm right at the edge of the table and I'm like, this is where I want the piece to go. So try and start in the middle of the table if you can, because you're constantly going to build off the edge of the table. And the last thing I want to mention about the campaign is that it gives you this book with a huge amount of sheets to do the campaign. But for personally, once I complete all this, I don't plan on starting it again. I just plan on using all the pieces to play the game. But then on the other side, if Mark wanted to do his own campaign, he really can't, because once I open the boxes and I have the pieces in play, it's hard for him to know what I have in play to remove the pieces so he can start the campaign. So it's really, you can only have one campaign going at a time. And as I said, once you have it all done, I don't see why you would put it all away and start it again. You would just continue to play with all the pieces you unlocked. And so if you wanted a second person, they would have to buy their own game and start their own solo campaign. So that's one thing that I find with it. So here we have my completed game. I just wanted to show you that I was able to complete my village here and connect 16 tiles together, which was a big win for my score. This one here only ended up with 3. My forest one here, however, did not get completed because the forest is still open, so I did not get to score that. And I also wasn't able to connect these pieces of the river. I got my 5 and 6 that were sitting here when you last saw it, but I really wanted to try and connect it, and I wasn't able to in the end. But in the end, I scored 180 points. And down here you can see I completed all of the tasks for the railroad. And so I get to unlock this achievement, because if you score 30 points from tasks, so on my next game, I can add this tile into my game to potentially score bonus points. And the other thing is with the campaign, I was able to move 6 spots. And so I unlocked another heart, and I can add in the castle achievement card to my next game as well. So let me know in the comments if you've played Dorf Romantik, the board game, and what you think of the game.